Being a president definitely has a lot of advantages, and acquiring immense wealth is one of them. If you had ever been wondering about the status and lifestyle of presidents, stay tuned, because we are going to talk about the richest presidents of the world and their current status and lifestyle. Before we start the video, we would like to remind you to gently tap the subscribe and like icon. Number 10. Islam Karimov, $1 billion. The former and the first and only president of the Central Asian Republic of Uzbekistan had a net worth of $1 billion. He stood in the position of presidency for over 25 years. Initially, he attended public schools, and then he proceeded to the Central Asian Polytechnic College, earning a degree in engineering. Between 1961 and 1966, he was working as an aircraft engineer and a chief specialist in the State Planning Office. Later on, he became the first deputy chairman of the State Planning Office. Karimov became Uzbek Soviet Socialist Republic's president in 1990 and a year later declared the republic an independent nation. During this period, he acquired a lot of wealth since the Uzbek state controls substantial reserves of oil, gas, and gold and is a major producer of cotton. He passed away in September 2016, however his legacy continues. Number 9. Omar al-Bashir, $1 billion. Omar al-Bashir is a Sudanese politician who has a net worth of $1 billion. He served as president of Sudan from October 1993 to April 2019. He was elected president 3 times. Currently, the former president of Sudan has been sentenced to 2 years in detention after being found guilty of corruption, receiving illegal gifts, and possessing foreign currency. Bashir has been in prison in Khartoum since being forced from power in April when security forces withdrew their support for his repressive regime after months of protests. He is also wanted in ICC on charges of genocide and other war crimes. Number 8. Saddam Hussein, $2 billion. Saddam Hussein was an Iraqi politician who served as the 5th president of Iraq from 1979 to 2003. At the time of his death, Hussein had a net worth of $2 billion. While Hussein was in power, he reportedly built between 80 and 100 palaces all over Iraq. These palaces were home to Saddam, his family, friends, and party officials. According to UN documents, there were 8 main palaces which included over 1,000 buildings, and they were decorated in marble and gold. After his death, most of his cash was stolen by the US soldiers. He had around 1,300 vehicles spread out in 7 garages and all over the countryside. His collection had at least 5 $80,000 Excaliburs, and there were Bentleys, Bugattis, Astons, and a McLaren F1. Number 7. Donald Trump, $2 billion. Donald Trump is an American politician, real estate developer, author, and television personality who has a net worth of $2 billion. Before becoming President of the United States, he was known primarily for being the owner of the Trump Organization, a real estate and licensing conglomerate. The Trump Organization owns commercial and residential properties around the globe, notably golf courses in the United States, Scotland, and Ireland. His many real estate holdings are a 30,000 square foot triplex penthouse at the top of the Trump Tower on 5th Avenue in New York City. The apartment is famously covered in gold, marble, and diamonds with Italian frescoes on the ceiling. This condo is worth at least $100 million. The 213-acre estate Seven Springs, located in Westchester County, New York, was bought by him in 1995 for $7.5 million. In the 1980s, Trump paid $10 million for a 17-acre estate in Florida called Mar-a-Lago, which he has referred to as the Winter White House during his time as president. Such a possession of wealth seems useless if no cars are bought. So, here's the list of Trump's car collection: Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, Mercedes-Benz, SLR McLaren, Lamborghini Diablo, Cadillac Alante, Tesla Roadster, and a 24-karat gold chopper bike. He also owns a Boeing 757, which is the 8th of the most expensive planes in the world. Its price seeks about $100 million. Number 6. Sebastian PINERA, $2.9 billion. Sebastian Pinera, a Chilean politician who has a net worth of $2.9 billion, is an investor, economist, professor, entrepreneur, businessman, and the leader of the Coalition for Change. He is also the sole owner of Chilevision, a Chilean broadcasting company. Pinera first served as president of Chile from 2010 to 2014. He was re-elected to the presidency in 2018 and is the current president of Chile. He is the founder of the credit card giant Bancard. Pinera made his fortune before becoming president through his ownership of the third oldest television station in Chile, television channel Chilevision and LAN Airlines. Number 5. Melis Zenawi, $3 billion. Melis Zenawi was an Ethiopian politician and businessman who has a net worth of $3 billion. He was the president of Ethiopia from 1991 to 1995 and later went on to become the Prime Minister of Ethiopia from 1995 until his death in 2012. He was considered the founder of the federal state of modern Ethiopia. Zenawi was hailed as one of Africa's strongmen, introducing a multi-party political system, private press in the country, and reducing child mortality rates. Furthermore, Zenawi received praise for his work towards a stable relationship with African Union, playing an important role in improving the continent's position on climate change. He was also heavily involved in charitable causes. However, his leadership came under serious attack as he was accused of abusing a string of human rights issues and repressing the freedom of press and speech. Following a brain tumor operation in Brussels at the age of 57, Zenawi died, contracting an infection on August 2012. Number 4. Kim Jong-Il. Kim Jong-Il was the supreme leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, who had a net worth of $4 billion at the time of his death. Kim died on December 17, 2011 at the age of 70. He was the supreme commander of the world's fourth largest standing army, the Korean People's Army. North Korea's constitution was amended in April 2009 to refer to Kim as the supreme leader. Kim Jong-il owned 20 to 30 homes, including a compound in Pyongyang, a beach house, and several homes outside Pyongyang. Many of his properties included private train and stations, as well as swimming pools and lakes. He mostly traveled by bus or by train. As it turns out, he was afraid of flights. Number 3. Kim Jong-un, $5 billion. Kim Jong-un is the current supreme leader of North Korea who has a net worth of $5 billion. Although less is known about Kim Jong-un compared to other political leaders around the world, he has nonetheless received considerable attention from the media. It comes as no surprise that a powerful father raised an even more powerful son who holds many titles in North Korea, including Marshal and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, Chairman of the State of Affairs Commission, and overall Commander-in-Chief. In North Korean media, he is often referred to as Dear Leader. As the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un has been at the forefront of countless controversies due to alleged crimes committed by his nation, such as torture, abductions, internment in prison camps, and many others. Kim Jong-un was also seen as a carbon copy of his own father with many of the same attributes and tastes. Kim has almost 20 palaces and mansions scattered around North Korea for his personal use. He is also said to own over 100 luxury cars with a preference for European sports cars. In addition, Kim Jong-un owns at least one private jet and a luxury yacht that is more than 100 feet in length. Turns out, Kim Jong-un spends much of his time on a private island off the coast of North Korea. Number 2. KHALIFA bin Zayed Al Nahyan, $15 billion. KHALIFA bin Zayed Al Nahyan is the current president of the UAE, the Emir of Abu Dhabi, the Supreme Commander of the United Arab Emirate Forces, and the Chairman of the Supreme Petroleum Council. He has a net worth of $15 billion. Sheikh Khalifa is also Chairman of Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, which manages $875 billion in assets, the largest amount managed by a nation's head of state in the world. Collectively, the Al Nahyan family is believed to hold a fortune of $150 billion. His money comes from his investments. Besides oil, he controls 97.8 billion barrels of proved reserves. He also runs the world's second largest sovereign wealth fund with reported assets worth $773 billion. He owns the world's largest yacht called Azam, which is 180 meters long. The yacht's estimated price is $400 million. Al Nahyan dynasty is one of the richest monarchs in the world. Being a leader in the Gulf and not owning supercars is next to impossible. Located located at his private compound in Abu Dhabi, the SBH Royal Auto Gallery includes rare supercars like the Aston Martin 177, Bugatti EB110, Ferrari SA Aperta, Mercedes-Benz SLR Sterling Moss, Lamborghini Reventon, Maserati MC12, and many more. The tallest skyscraper in the world, Dubai's iconic Burj Khalifa's cost is estimated to be $1.5 billion, and it was named in honor of Sheikh Khalifa. Number 1. Vladimir Putin, $70 billion. Vladimir Putin is a Russian spy turned politician who has a net worth of $70 billion. He has served as Prime Minister and President both, and he has earned a very controversial international reputation. He is currently serving his second term as the President of Russia, which began in 2012. Official disclosures list Putin's annual presidential salary at $187,000. He has amassed a huge personal fortune and owns a fleet of yachts, cars, and secret presidential palaces. It is home to a number of billionaires. The village boasts beautiful parks and boulevards 24 meters wide, fountains, sculptures, flower beds, and is surrounded by vast forests. Putin has bought himself a lavish holiday home with gold-plated tiles in the swimming pool just a few miles from Russia's border with the West. Putin has 43 planes, 7,000 cars, and 15 helicopters, including an Ilyushin jet with a 50,000-pound gold toilet. He has a watch collection worth some 500,000 pounds, including one that is 300,000 pounds alone. He is very outdoorsy, has a black belt in judo, enjoys sports, is passionate about ice hockey, and loves dogs and wildlife in general. He shields his wealthy lifestyle from publicity.